You're all set.
There you go.
Here we go.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Alyssa, are we back?
You're all set.
Thanks. All right, we are starting our caucus meeting here at 7:11. So hopefully this will be fast and convenient. But we're going to start it off by going to resolution
141.
149.
141.
Sorry, 141.
Talking about 49 parts.
Talking about 49 Park Street. We, however, want to go into a attorney-client session to discuss this issue, and we want to invite our assessor, Dan Baker, to join us. And so, Brian, it is. Sorry, Brian, you've been here.
Closing the doors. So
I got it.
Thank you. We're
Thanks, Dan.
back on here. Thank you.
We're back on.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Alyssa, we're back, as it were.
You're all set.
You say you're awesome.
I heard it was.
I heard it.
Yes. You are awesome.
All right. We'll go back to the top of the list here. Resolution of the Common Council authorizing the budget transfer in the grants department in the shade tree account in the amount of $9,739. Plant trees throughout the city. Unfortunately, I missed this particular meeting of finance, so I was unclear. Is there a financial impact for this particular request?
Car. It was like, it was money set aside for a car, a vehicle.
Yeah, he didn't
That's-
use the money for that, so he wants to move it to 10 years.
Okay, because it's a little unclear the way it reads. Okay, so the financial impact is zero. Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Everybody against trees? How about windmills? Sorry. 133, this is authorizing the mayor to submit an application to New York State Environmental.
Oh, 32, you missed it.
Oh, who cares? No, sorry.
50,000.
Stadium's gonna be made of gold.
Well, it's a big number, but it's actually not a number. Let's see, so authorizing a budget transfer from fund balance to capital projects in the Parks and Recreation Department in the amount of $502,000 for the Deep Stadium Improvements Project. This is actually close out the project, and as I understand it, the money is coming from ARPA, and so there is in fact no financial impact. Correct? Is everybody okay with closing out?
Or
Hmm?
deal.
It's all-
There are other monies involved too.
But this specifically was
Okay.
earmarked from ARPA and then when he.
Ready to go with that?
Yeah.
Or anybody want to keep building each state? Okay, now we go to 133. Authorizing the mayor to submit an application to the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation for a water infrastructure improvement grant in the amount of $2,500,000 for the Flatbush and Foxhall Avenues Sewer Rehabilitation Project. It's execute any and all related documents. And as I understand it, since this is an application, there's no financial impact. Everybody okay with trying to get that money?
Yes.
Right, good.
Excellent. Fan is awesome.
Resolution 134, authorizing adopting a bond ordinance in the sum of $10,200,000 for the Flatbush and Foxhall Avenue Sewer Rehabilitation Project. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
What's that?
It's just on the legislation list, so we're okay.
And then 135 is the bond ordinance. Remember that will be individually called out, and so be ready. Resolution 136, an ordinance regarding handicap parking, adding it on West Pierpont Street.
That's gonna be voted out. Laws.
And the free for the council.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, instead of trying to squeeze in a third meeting, I just put it on most of the rules to simplify it.
okay. So the special pre-meeting, okay. Resolution 137, oh, and actually, yes, I will not be able to make it to the pre-meeting.
Right.
So can somebody take my place?
I've already.
Well, they're not gonna do a vote.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a vote?
No, except for the handicap, as long as we get 3 people, then we're okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's gonna be much controversy. I think it's somebody maybe.
All right, 138. Authorizing the transfer of 6 Broadway.
We do 136, I think we got it. No rush tonight, huh?
137. Request on the council to accept the 2024 audited financials as prepared by EFPR Group CPAs PLLC. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
All right, 138. Authorizing the transfer of 615 Broadway to Baxter Development DBA 615 Broadway LLC. Financial impact will be plus $243,000, $243,252. Are we clear on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Are we good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 139, requesting approval of a budget transfer in the amount of $24,520 to pay administration costs for ETPA pursuant to the provisions of Section 8. And since we will be gleaning this money from landlords, as I understand it, then the financial impact will be zero. Yes, are we clear on that one?
Yes. Is this like the $100 per unit?
$20.
$20 per unit, okay.
Mhm. All right, 140, authorizing the expenditure in the first instance of the New York State DEC Kingston Organics Program Phase 2 implementation grant and to establish a capital project account to fund the acquisition of 2 electric refuse packers and to fund the first year of electric vehicle charging station expenses for the trucks. Is there a financial impact of this? I could not find it. I think this is a match. It's a match.
Remember. And just something for me for thought, I'm not opposing this, but we also don't have the ability to maintain these, so that might be an additional cost. Like our mechanics don't work on all electric packers right now.
Why are these together? I don't understand why we wouldn't separate the organic.
Three resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start, have the acquisition and part of the acquisition. It's like 3 separate things.
But isn't, I think there was a grant involved.
Because it says grant funding.
Yes.
Grant funding,
Money to do
grant
this.
funds,
Yeah.
fund to buy these packers.
And
And
so
we're gonna
they
use
just-
them for, sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
use one for composting and one for recycling. But that may be an issue, I just wanted to formal. We don't have the infrastructure set up.
But I agree with Carol though, like, to me, this is a resolution accepting the grant. And then there should be a separate resolution creating the capital project.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Right, but I think it says phase 2 implementation grant. Is it already accepted and we're in this next phase of it? That was my understanding.
It's two separate, I mean, because you could go through phase 1 and decide not to do phase 2.
Got it.
So they are
I see.
independent of each other, there's also phase 3 that again could be independent.
Okay.
So yeah, this could definitely be multiple.
Right. But as long as everyone understands it, I'm okay with keeping it as is.
Yeah, we don't need to go back to committee.
Well, I'm gonna have to think about it because it was not very clear to me at all in the documentation, either here or what was provided to finance.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, in her, Julie's original letter, it doesn't say anything about.
And yeah, and then wasn't clear in our packet either.
But I remember, Julie saying something about there's some kind of maintenance package
There's like a
built
warranty.
in, yeah. Because of,
But that's only for the first year. It's a 1-year warranty.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, capital project account in the amount of $1,065,367 for the acquisition of 2 electric refuse packers. Revenue sources will be, I think that's supposed to be $435,000 from existing DPW bonds. Reimbursement, and $343,626 NYSERDA grant reimbursement through round trip EV. And so the claim is that the estimated financial impact would be 0. So, so there's a warranty on the vehicles for the first year, right?
Yeah, Julie mentioned a maintenance agreement. I don't know what the lifespan of these vehicles are.
Hopefully more than a year. Do you know how much these cost? They are crazy expensive and yeah, crazy expensive.
Are they more expensive than the regular packers?
I think so. I'm not positive on the top of my head, but I think just with the added infrastructure that's needed, that at least makes it, but I mean, just the Packers in general are crazy expensive, that's what I was.
Are we sending anyone to learn how to work on all these electrical cars and trucks? Because they send them out to get with all the electrical cars also.
Yeah, you'd have to talk about that.
Because that's a big thing.
In-house mechanic.
Well, we have our mechanics, but none of them work on any of the electric stuff, so that's a big expense.
They stated they were coming back to us and present a cost for that.
Yeah, because
But they don't.
even with our cars, the city cars, they have, you get a flat tire, it has to go to the mechanics. So they're not mechanics, it can be gonna be less and less and less. So I think we should really look at.
I just hired 2 people tonight.
Yeah,
This actually does hire a position.
yeah, position.
But not.
No, it hires operator,
Right.
creates the position of operators.
But I think that, we should look into getting our own mechanics for if we're gonna go all electric. Why would we take that extra expense on when we have our own mechanic shop here? That's
I guess that's a budgetary.
That's down the road, you know.
Down the road, just like this.
But it's more expensive to send it out than it is to hire. Just saying.
Are we concerned at all about how this might relate to the current federal administration's, shall we say, disdain for electric vehicles? Does this,
Credits?
Yeah.
well, there's credit, but I mean, if there was a wind farm that's 80% complete, millions and millions and millions of dollars have gone into it, and the federal government's pulled the plug at that. So I'm just wondering, I mean,
No, they're scared, definitely the
I think this was a state grant.
Yeah, it's a
I think that's a
state
state
grant.
grant. The state grant.
so I guess the crucial thing is we're not paying for it up front.
Reimbursement, right?
Well, I mean, it's reimbursement. I'm just saying we're not making an investment in spending money on these things. But there might be some cost down the road.
And I think one other question, perhaps I can try and get an answer now tonight, is we're bringing these 2 in at no cost. That's fine, but we're not going to hopefully get rid of 2 more. Because we don't even know how these are going to, we're not, I want to make sure that we're not replacing 2 current Packers with these 2.
Oh, I see what you're
Because
saying.
then, adding more
Right. Oh, that's.
and then also, it's still like guinea pig stage with these electric Packers running through cities.
Right.
So, I mean, what was it, the Shamrock Parade, the county bus? Ran out of electricity,
Right.
and can you, yeah,
And it's just 7.
and can you imagine one of those Packers
Running the house.
running out, because they the stop and go in
Right,
an urban
right.
setting is, so I don't want to lose passengers on the street.
But so would these packers be for the composting?
Julie said one will be in regular waste rotation.
And I think that would be
But I
great, as
don't
long
know-
as we're not getting.
But I don't know if that meant that.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Say, but I can confirm that.
I think, if you take them, two of them on as a pilot
Right.
and give it some time to find out what the real course is gonna be. I'm looking down the road, we're chopping jobs, we're
The
chopping,
next 3 years, you gotta take it easy,
yeah.
That's all I gotta say. We're gonna have to come back and talk finances.
So part of this is financial though, because the
Of course.
tonnage of municipal solid waste is about $120 a ton. When at UCRA, and the organics is about $20 a ton. So we will be saving
We'll save
money
money.
by having people.
Well, what does
So
it
we
cost what does it cost to run this
Right.
machine? And the training and, where does that money come?
I could send you what somebody sent me, because right now we're not making money, or we haven't, like, phase one has
Maybe
not
not.
been enough where
It's offsetting.
it's offsetting the costs of it. Phase two, obviously, there's gonna be more people hopefully bringing in, I'll try and find the numbers, but it was sent a while ago.
We're gonna need some heavy duty community education.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not mandatory, but in order to save money, we're gonna need
Yeah,
people scraps.
yeah, exactly.
There will be no scraps.
Yeah, there's not food scraps for another year and a half.
I'll try and see if I can find that on it right now, but.
Stop it.
You brought it up.
You got this.
We'll be running into the trucks.
Stop it.
All right,
Okay.
are we good with that one then? Okay.
On the favor.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait. At the end of the day, well, yes.
Okay, 141, authorizing the removal of all restrictions placed on the deed by, we talked about this already, we're clear on that one. Okay, yeah. And then we've got two local laws, second reading, local law 5, amending the regulating map, the city of Kingston's form-based code. Anything that,
I can speak on the second meeting, and I'll
Sure.
short notes.
yeah. Second reading, you can let it fly. Up to, what, 15?
Not gonna say anything.
And I only had to put my timer on once, it was girlfriend.
And then, we have the first reading of local law 6, establishing a charter review.
Now, I have a question about that.
Meeting.
No
Yeah.
discussion at the meeting, but the local law that I saw in our packet was not the same as the last draft that I saw going around, because doesn't this law have to mention the method and number of appointees for the charter?
We've got the. Which one, is this just an old copy, or is it?
I don't know, I thought it was in the, I thought when I went online, this is what I saw. I mean, in the, in the agenda, practically, local law 6.
It was like under tonight's meeting, or do you want the tickets?
It's on the next meeting. Yeah, so what, go ahead and see.
Yes.
It was on tonight.
Did I win? Did we hear something?
I know, I thought it was from New York State. It was
I had
good.
this conversation.
Yeah, because it's another election.
I did.
It's local law.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
6, yep, local law.
No,
Change everything.
Don't change too much about it. We're at the age now to
That's-
change. So what we can do is,
No, that's.
That's what I saw.
that's what.
Billion dollars. What are you gonna do with it?
Not what
Give it
we,
away.
Yeah.
Well, it's attached.
another one that I saw.
I guess that part would be good, but.
I thought, he was.
Oh, it's like this- oh, it's just
a resolution.
That's the resolution, it's the law when you go online
Wow.
in the, yes, local law 6, when you go online to the
I
meeting
know, I know how to get.
and they have they have it showing up
That's funny.
there. This is where you.
Yeah, I
there.
It's all the way down. But why, but, you know, this one,
That's the resolution that I, this Lisa or Janet produced based off of our committee report.
okay. Do
I
we need to change
I
that?
could see if we could add a whereas to make sure that that language is also included, but that shouldn't affect Thursday night.
That shouldn't affect Thursday night, even though this is not the same as the one.
It's on the
Because it's on the agenda.
Yeah, Barbara, do you just?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got two now.
Sorry.
We're gonna change, this is the first reading of building law 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Janet or Elisa to add a whereas to reflect a little bit more, but it's a little bit more of a change. So I'm not concerned.
Well, I mean, I'm concerned either. Yeah, I'm concerned because when you go into local law 6 and you see this, if a member of the public were to go in, they would just see this. That doesn't go into any detail about.
But that's not true, but as long as what you're reading is, you know,
Yeah.
correct.
I'll go first.
Okay, no, it's just, people have been asking me about it, and so I just want to make sure that this is, it's the one that we had discussed. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I just resent it to John the other day.
Okay.
I'm just gonna double check.
And there's a typo in that one, right?
Yes.
Thank you for that, because I just want to make sure, so.
Okay, anything else?
I have 3 things, hopefully.
I want to talk about that.
First, thanks Rennie for filling in for me because I only had 2 weeks between the bar and the job, and it was really nice to be able to get away. So I appreciate everybody's understanding when I was meeting. Second thing, there's an email from Bob Dennison about the bus letter. Let's, if we could have everybody respond if they want, because right now it just says Common Council City of Kingston, but let's make sure that we all are in support of this.
Yes.
So if you could respond to that email saying yes or no, because if somebody doesn't want to, we'll put everybody's name instead of City of Kingston Common Council. Does that make sense?
But we should probably put everybody's name anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you could
I think
just,
so.
so if you could just confirm yes or no, maybe by the end of tomorrow?
End of tomorrow.
Does that sound fair? Everybody
Yes.
can read, have time to read through it?
Yes.
I just want to include that. Your old people.
So yeah, so he sent the
I don't want
final,
it there.
he sent the final draft, so just.
Oh, the final draft.
What he suggested.
Would you suggest?
And then the third thing is a little bit more personal because I was out for my run yesterday morning and a constituent stopped me and said that they heard that I was leaving the council. And they heard it from a council member. So I figured it was probably, and I'm not faulting anybody or blaming anybody because I'm a very, very, very private person. So just figured I'd give you an update. As you know, I started my new job. I did have to, and there was rumors that I might not be able to stay on the council because I'm working for the court system. However, the presiding justice did give me permission to continue. I just obviously cannot work on any City of Kingston case. And actually, they don't want me working on any Ulster County case because of my connections to many of the judges. There are plenty of other counties in the 3rd department that I am working on. So there's no conflict. There's once again, I do have written permission to be doing both. So you're stuck with me for another 2 years and 3 months and 3 weeks. And also, you know, I know that between school, the bar, and my diagnosis last year, I've struggled staying afloat. So I'm trying to gnaw my way back, but I am still in treatment, and it does have some nasty side effects, and I'll be in treatment for many years. I'm working through and feeling better, but I appreciate your patience with me as I'm battling law school, which is now done, and yeah, and hopefully not retaking the bar. So I just wanted to thank you and just, you know, I am trying to get better. So thank you.
That's your fact.
Thank you.
That's your fact.
And I'm not going. But I wanted to say that because I know that there were people and I don't do a very good job of talking about myself.
You did very well.
You did very well.
Very resilient.
Congratulations.
And
You've just been reelected.
Well, she actually didn't tell me until the day that I started my job. That's when I got the letter, and Barbara was coming to argue one of our cases. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here right now. So I got it 5 minutes before I saw Barbara walking down the street in Albany, but hey, I can be in both places at the same time. And Barbara did great.
Well, she.
As always.
That's not even a question.
That was all. That's all.
Anything else? Sarah?
Yes, so I've sent around information about the letter that we got from, we all received from the town of Hurley regarding the battery storage facility
Yeah.
that's being proposed. And, so I guess the question is, they're looking for people, they've sent it out to everybody, all the elected officials. They're looking to see if they might get some support for what they're doing in terms of asking for a full environmental impact review. And so anyway, I want to just bring it up. And of course, since this is taking place or would take place, here Ward 1, I've been getting lots of information from constituents. And if people are interested, I have a little information handout, if that would be good, if people want to know where to go to find information, both from the developer and from, some of the other people who are creating, information about it, so I can just pass this around. And so I guess the next step, I did get a call from the deputy supervisor in Hurley, who also is concerned. Hurley is very concerned about it.
Mhm.
And it says that in the letter, that's why it's going out. There has been a suggestion in terms of the responses I got from you and from Bob, particularly was that he thought that maybe we should apply to be an interested party since Kingston is affected, but I think it's too late for that. And so, what? I don't know. So that's why we have our council here, so I'm not sure if that's something. You might no idea what your seeker, right? The seeker, if we were to be involved as a
In terms of like
The bad.
timeline or where their process.
Oh,
is.
yeah. Where they are in the process is part 1 has been submitted. But I think now comes where they're getting the input from all of the interested agencies and parties. So, because if you go onto the town of Ulster website and you look for this particular project, you'll see all the documents that have been submitted. So the developer has already submitted documents. They made revisions in June. And so all of those documents are there, and there is a environmental impact form that's been submitted, part 1.
The short one, EAF.
It's an EAF form. No, not an, sorry, it's an environmental assessment. Yes, so the EAF, it's an EAF form that's there on the site. So it's in process.
Well, you can ask them if they would appreciate our asking to be an interested company.
Right, I don't know.
I'm not ready to.
No, is that something that I might follow up with you about to see? Because I think from what I was leaning is, yeah, they might not want us, but the question is, we may have an interest that makes us want to be an interested agency. Since we have hundreds of residents who would be living adjacent to this.
And our fire department would be.
And in fact, that was the other thing that was suggested to me.
An ambulance.
That because we would be impacted, because even though the fire department, Spring Lake and Hurley and Ulster, they're all volunteer fire departments. So if there were a fire, it would be incumbent upon our hazmat team to respond to this. So we have an interest, in this that's stronger than just, we have residents living.
Right.
That's right.
But we could also send something without officially being an interested
We
party,
certainly could.
if that is what the council deems. Do you want this on a community discuss? I wasn't sure what your thoughts were.
I just wanted to bring it up here, and I said, is it too late to put it on a committee?
I mean, I'm the person who would do that. We could talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
No,
but I think it's right, but I think it is worth
Jeannie, then Michael.
I just think it's very important that we do come on. Like this is a, situation that's gonna affect all of us in the long run. And, I'm not for it whatsoever, with the barriers. It's just, it's a dangerous situation with our fire department, as you brought up, because it will affect every part of the city.
If we're gonna talk about this in committee, we should talk about it when it's been on the agenda, so. If we can
So
hold up
there's the
any
public
substantive conversations on
Okay.
this, and I'll talk to you about my.
Okay.
And
Okay. But I did want to give information to everybody because it's actively going on right now. So this would be the time to sort of get engaged if we plan to.
Michael, did you want to say something procedural or content?
Procedural, I think. So we are not, this battery storage facility, this proposed battery storage facility is not in the city of Kingston.
Correct.
And it is not in the town of Pearlie. It is in the town of Ulster. And fully understanding that borders are largely imaginary, but I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think they would appreciate us stepping in on day, run their environmental quality review, the same thing that I would not be pleased if the town of Ulster came in and stepped on how we want to maybe redesign 9W or rezone Schwank Drive, because that could increase traffic at the traffic circle. So I just think that this is not our fight. I trust the environmental review process. And I think that it's just not something that we necessarily need to be involved in as a council. We can be involved in as private individuals, but it's not within the city of Kingston. And even with that aside, I do think that battery storage is necessary to ascertain or climb the goals.
Well,
So,
I have some things to say about that.
This needs to be taken up in committee.
Yes, okay,
So any further discussion, I
Okay.
think, needs to be taken up in committee.
that seems like a good next step.
So you all will figure out what to write,
Yes.
what communication and which committee,
Yes.
will be put in the hot seat.
oh, because you don't want to be.
All right,
But anyway, I do want you to read up about it. Maybe once you read about it. There are questions.
Motion made.
all in favor?
All right, thanks. Bye.
Michael?
I think you'll be pointing at me.
No.
I'm not saying.